Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk about the summoning rotation this week for Summoner's War, which contains Anavel, Vanessa, and Feng Yan. So I want to talk about, is it really worth getting this summoning rotation? What monsters are desirable? What monsters might you be looking to get advancing forward in Summoner's War for early game, mid game, late game, in game? So let's take a look at that, right? We'll start with the 3 stars first and then go upwards. So we have Wind Imp Champion, Wind Golem, Wind Amazon, Fire Elven Ranger, Fire Living Armor, Fire, what's his name? Fire Frankenstein, Water Witch, Water Werewolf. Okay, so those are the 3 stars for this rotation. The desirable 3 stars for this rotation would be Wind Golem for light golem skill ups, Wind Amazon for light Amazon skill ups, Fire Amazon for Necro 10, pretty good option there. Fire Living Armor for copper skill ups, Fire Frankenstein for Guild War offense, occasional fast RTA teams. Those are his main uses. Water Witch as a replacement for Bastet if you don't own her. And Water Werewolf is not necessarily meta anymore. Well, okay, he was never meta, but he's still a good tanky burst unit that you could use for mid-game Guild War offense. I used to use him myself. So the 3 stars overall, the quality is actually not that bad. There's actually, okay, so we counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 usable Nat 3s here. 7 usable Nat 3s in a summoning rotation is huge. Let's talk about meta Nat 3s from this rotation. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 meta Nat 3s in the rotation, which are Megan, Fire Frankenstein, and Adrian. I forget names. Bulldozer. There you go. And then skill ups, purely skill ups, there's 1, 2, 3. In total 6 if you include the meta picks. So that's a lot of really good Nat 3 value for a summoning rotation. So I would recommend, if you are looking just for Nat 3 skill ups, yeah, this is a good rotation for that. Good rotation for that. Let's move on to the Nat 4s then, right? So we have Wind Bomber, we have Wind Taoist, we have Vertihil, we have Water Succubus, and we have Water Samurai. So overall, I'd say that the Wind Bomber is good for skill ups for Dover, good for skill ups for Malacca. He could be used himself, but I don't like him too much just because his base attack is lower than Malacca's and not as good as Dover. Wind Taoist, obviously, no real huge usage except for TOA hard. I know people that use him there. And yeah, he does a well job there. He doesn't do that badly, so he's usable there. Vertihil is good for fast dragons. You could use him in PvP modes. I don't really recommend it too much, but mainly a Dragon 10. It speeds it up, and also Wind Raids also speeds that up, and you can do more damage output there. Water Succubus, really good for G3 RTA, G2 RTA. Okay, RTA in general, because she has arena lead, she has the ability to oppress the enemy units using her skills. Really strong unit. Yeah. And then Water Samurai, not really much usage anymore. Not as good as Dark Samurai, Light Samurai. Even I would say that Fire Samurai is better, but not too many people use Fire Samurai. So I would say that in terms of quality for the Nat 4s, not that great, except if you want skill ups for Water Succubus, if you want a Fire Vertihil, if you haven't summoned him yet. You don't really need Wind Taoist for the skill ups. You could just use the Fire Nat 3. Samurai if you want dark or light skill ups for the Samurai, and you want the Wind Bomber if you want skill ups for Dover or Malacca. So I would say that overall this Nat 4 rotation is a little underwhelming. you would mainly want to do stones for this if you want mainly Vertihill. I know mid-game players might not have summoned Vertihill yet, so you would probably want to use your stones here if you want Vertihill. So let's talk about the Nat 5s, right? Anavel, Vanessa, and Feng Yan. I would say that the most useful ones here are Anavel and Feng Yan, purely for the sake of longevity usage. Maybe Vanessa will get a buff and then she can be used in longevity as well. Overall, if you are looking for a speed lead for Arena, you just gotta go for Pisama, because Pisama just does way more than Vanessa. So I would say that in terms of usage, if we were to rate these, Anavel is used in Raid, she's used in early Dragon teams, she's used in Guild War, she's used in PvP even, if you feel like using her there. So she has a long range of uses. Vanessa, purely used for Arena, not too much usage outside of that, outshadowed by Pisama himself, Samantha, if you want to be technical about it. But yeah, not much to say about Vanessa. Underwhelming monster. Maybe she'll get a buff. Hope she does. I don't like seeing useless Nat 5s in rotation. Feng Yan, he's a really good monster. He's in the same level as Camilla in terms of usefulness, except obviously Camilla is better for arena defense for rush. But I would say that Feng Yan is one of the best monsters for 1v1. Really good in RTA, really good in Guild Wars. Definitely he shines in those areas. I would say that in terms of RTA, if we were to rate them that way, Anavel is an S to SS monster. I don't really know where to define her. I'd probably put her SS. She's on the cusp of SS because she's really good in cleanse teams. Vanessa, probably S for the speed lead. The defense break, sure. If you build her damage, she can do damage in RTA, but no usage outside of that, probably just S. And then Feng Yan, SS for sure. He's an SS unit. There's very few monsters that can 1v1 him. He is really good for the team because he does a lot of chip damage with his first skill and revenge up from second skill. Really solid monster. So how would I rate this whole summoning stone rotation overall? I would say that if you're looking for skill ups for your Nat 3s, if you haven't gotten them yet, if you're looking to get a Vertihill, or if you're looking to get a Water Succubus for RTA, or skill ups for your Malaka Dozer, if you don't own Anavel, Feng Yan, and you don't really want like the future summoning rotations, I would say that this summoning rotation overall, pretty hard to judge. I'd say that this gets a I'd say like this is probably it's tough to say, 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 in terms of rating for this whole summoning rotation, because every single monster slot, Nat 5, Nat 4, Nat 3, is pretty good to get depending on what level of the game you are. So it's not an 8, 9, or 10 because obviously it's just the Nat 5 selection. If Vanessa wasn't there, replace it with like a Perna or something, replace it with like a Rakan or whatever, it would probably bump it up to an 8 or even 9. If you add like a better Nat 4 selection, maybe replace the Water Samurai, it could be a 10, something like that. So overall, I think this is a solid summoning rotation. It depends on what you want. If you want like Feng Yan or Anavel, if you want Vertihill, this is the summoning rotation for you. So yeah, that's all I have to say for this summoning rotation. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.